What are some parallels or comparisons that you can kind of fit together that really make you a successful business owner?
Well, I think it's all about relationships. We teach that on the soccer field. We talk about relationships. You got a team unit that everybody has to work together to make something happen, and that leadership that it takes for the players and the coaches and everybody to work together to a common goal. Mm-hmm. And really, when you get into the business side, it's not one person, it's relationships. You know, how do you communicate with your contractors or your vendors or different people like that, and how do you encourage people to go the extra mile to help you and to do something? And you know, I think that it all does parallel itself.
Wow. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is Tim here with the TMA Connection, a local podcast dedicated to basically bringing you the people and the events that are making a difference in the lives of others. And today we have Dominic Rose here from the All-American Steakhouse and Sports Theater here in Aberdeen, the newest restaurant to open up here in Harford County. And this place is amazing. Dominic, thank you so much for joining the show. Absolutely appreciate it. Give everybody a little bit about who you are, where you come from.
So basically, I've lived in the community for the last 40 years in Bel Air, and I've had several restaurants along the way, and I've been working on this steak concept with a company called the All-American Steakhouse and Sports Theater, and they've been around for over 17 years, operating 5 corporate units throughout Maryland and Virginia. And they started franchising about 2 years ago.
Okay.
So
because I had never heard of the All-American Steakhouse, so I just thought it was just either new to this area. There might be other locations, but there are others.
Yeah, the closest one to here is in Perry Hall on Joppa Road.
Okay.
It's actually Parkville.
Okay, very good, very good. What prompted you to go open an All-American?
So in the past, I had done a Green Turtle franchise, and the person who was franchising for them had a relationship with me, and when he started working with the All-American Steakhouse and Sports Theater many years later, he saw that I was currently a partner in the Steak and Shake in Millersville. Okay. And I was doing that for about 2 years. And he had given me a call after he heard that I was no longer part of that franchise and asked me if I'd be interested in this concept. And I kind of went, I met with them, tasted the food, talked to the franchisors who are phenomenal. George Jones and Brock Anderson are phenomenal owners and great franchisors. And you know, I knew it from day one that this is where I wanted to be.
Yeah. Well, the place looks amazing. I got a tour before we came on camera today. It's absolutely amazing. We're gonna definitely show you around a little bit. But wanted to ask you next was what makes the All-American Steakhouse different than other restaurants that are in Harford County right now?
So it just, to me, it just gives you a different feel. One, the quality is off the charts. Okay. So our steaks are aged over 45 days before they even come in. Then we cut them in-house and age them another 3 to 4 days before they're served. So that makes a maximum tenderness of that steak in any cut that you get. In addition to that, just the atmosphere that we create. I mean, you come into this nice looking building, nice fixtures, a lot of TVs. You'll see a lot of sports everywhere, but we won't play the sound of the games. So when you're in the restaurant and you're eating, you feel comfortable. You don't feel overrun by sports fans or crazy. Gotcha. So it just sets a nice tone to your experience in the restaurant. You come in here and you feel like you are in a really nice restaurant.
This is a really nice. It seems like it's a very upscale place, but seems to be
casual.
But casual,
yes,
right?
Absolutely.
Right. How many TVs do you guys have up on the walls?
So there's 8 large screen projection TVs in the bar.
Okay.
And then throughout the dining room, there's another 40.
Wow.
Throughout the dining room and the front lobby and in our indoor golf area.
Let's talk about that a little bit, because I had heard through another article when I looked it up on the internet, when I saw what you were doing here, and saw golf simulators. Tell me more about that, because I think that's awesome.
So, our main thing here is the steaks and our food, which is phenomenal. But we added a little entertainment to this, and it's basically inside of our bar. You'll see a big glass wall, and we have 2 full-size golf simulators that people can go online and they can book a tee time every hour on the hour. And it's just a place to go in as a group inside. If it's cold outside and you want to come in and you just want to play around the golf, you can play any one of 107 courses throughout the country, throughout the world. And
they're the real life courses. It's
the
not
real
like
life courses, yes. Yeah. And you can have food and drink, and it's just it's a nice way to spend an afternoon or an evening.
Yeah, what a great way to have either like business meetings or parties. I mean,
yeah, we've taken a lot of calls already for corporate parties, luncheons, and different kinds of outings that people. The whole room is available with seating in there to just have people come in and enjoy themselves.
So let's talk a little bit more about the food. Let's jump back to that, because you were talking steak, and that was making me hungry. That was making me hungry. Looking for a free lunch after this filming, so just put that little bug in your ear. Just kidding. So talk about the menu. Talk about some of your more popular entrees that you're going to be having for people who...
So we have a variety of steaks. We have ribeye. We have a bone-in ribeye. We have bone-out ribeye. We have 2 sizes of filet, a 6 and a 10-ounce filet. We have a New York strip. We have a T-bone, a nice sized T-bone, prime rib, ribs, burgers, chicken, phenomenal salmon.
Okay.
A wide variety of.
Is there any like one dish that you're going to say this is just going to knock your socks off? I'm sure all of it is.
The steaks.
The steaks. The steaks are phenomenal.
They are.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So let's jump over to the bar now. But what are some highlights that you have with the bar here at All American Steakhouse?
So the bar is complimentary, really, to the business. All the seating in the bar is done by the hostess.
Okay.
So all the booths you have to be sat. Around the bar, there's 24 bar stools, and they're open, so you can come in, sit down, enjoy a game, have food, drink, and enjoy yourselves. Again, it's more of a casual atmosphere, but you're not elbow to elbow fighting with people to get a little bit of space or get into things. So it's a nice complement to the food that we sell here. So it's just, we think it's going to do really well in this area.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing how much you grow with here. Just a couple more questions for you. You've been in the restaurant business for how long now?
35 years.
35 years. You've opened a lot of restaurants. What's been your biggest challenge in opening this restaurant?
So really the supply chain and just being able to put a schedule together that would allow you to have an idea of when you're going to open. You just don't know. Every trade had their own issues. Every product that we brought in here, from PVC plastic to steel to drywall to plywood, all had major cost increases or supply shortages, or just can't find that, go find something else. And then you jump to equipment and furniture, that was a whole other issue. Having it made on time, having people that could make the furniture, and it was a massive coordination effort that took over 9 months to build, which typically should have taken 3 months. So just that whole, just navigating through it.
It's been a struggle. It's been a struggle in your industry, in the real estate industry, in new construction. Everything is taking a little bit more time than people would like it to be. Yeah. So, and then when are you guys looking to open?
So we're hoping to open next week.
Okay.
Hopefully by Friday the 11th. A few things we have to do first. We have a couple inspections we have to pass.
Okay.
We have to be awarded a liquor license, so we have to do that. But we're pretty confident in where we are. Hopefully we can make that official announcement in the next couple days.
Okay. That's awesome. And maybe this is too soon because you're just at the end of getting this finally open. You got any steakhouses in the future in your, or is that just too soon?
I would love to.
Okay.
But we're going to get this up and running and do a good job,
sure.
and then figure it out from there.
You guys have done a phenomenal job here. It is absolutely beautiful. You're going to have to check it out. Dominic, we've gone back several years. Soccer coach, head varsity soccer coach at Bel Air High School, where I taught at for 16 and a half years. Looking at your coaching and your leadership, and then matching that with your ownership and your entrepreneurship with growing restaurants. What are some parallels or comparisons that you can kind of fit together that really make you a successful business owner?
Well, I think it's all about relationships. We teach that on the soccer field. We talk about relationships. You got a team unit that everybody has to work together to make something happen, and that leadership that it takes for the players and the coaches and everybody to work together to a common goal. And really, when you get into the business side, it's not one person, it's relationships. How do you communicate with your contractors or your vendors or different people like that, and how do you encourage people to go the extra mile to help you and to do something? And I think that it all does parallel itself.
Well, so. I want to acknowledge you because I have known you for a long time. I think you're I know you more as a coach, though I wasn't one of your players, but a fellow coach at Bel Air, and just your leadership and just your ability to create a bunch of individuals and bring them together for a common good has been awesome to watch, and to see your success in the restaurant industry and everything that you do for the community. You've just done so much for so many people, and I think you're just an amazing guy. So thank you so much.
That. Thank you.
Yeah. If people are interested in more with the restaurant, maybe even if somebody is looking for employment, how can people reach out to you? Phone, email, social media?
We have a Facebook page currently. It's the Aberdeen All-American Steakhouse and Sports Theater. So if you were to look on Facebook and Google that, it'll come up.
Okay.
That's the easiest way. I have some things on Indeed for hiring, but mainly it's people that know me, that have called me. They have direct access to me. But if you go onto that Facebook page, the phone will ring, come right to me.
Okay.
And we're doing open interviews every day. We have a really full staff. Was really lucky that we have over 100 employees that have shown up for our training and are happy and excited. But we do have a few more positions to fill. So if you go onto that Facebook page, or you just stop up to the restaurant and walk in and ask for me, I'll do an interview right there on the spot, and hopefully it works out.
Yeah, that's awesome. Folks, you got to check out this place, All-American Steakhouse and Sports Theater. Got it that time. Check them out again on social media. If you're not following us, you can follow us on our Facebook and Instagram. We're at the Markland Advantage. We're also on the Twitter, the TikTok, the Snapchat at TMA Real Estate, and would love for you to follow us there. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining the podcast. You can go to iTunes, Spotify, or anywhere else that you download your podcast and listen to the audio, but certainly you're going to want to follow us on YouTube and subscribe, because you get to see all the footage visually as well as auditory. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today. Until next time, live your life to the fullest, and we'll see you soon. Take care.